This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. South Dakota state lawmakers are killing a bill that temporarily lifts the statute of limitations on child sex crimes against entities. Proponents of the bill say it would give many Native Americans who were sexually abused in Catholic boarding schools a chance to seek justice. Lee Strubinger reports.
House Bill 1269 provides a 2-year window to bring claims of child sexual abuse against entities by temporarily lifting a statute of limitations. The bill failed. State Representative John Hansen is a Republican from Sioux Falls and voted against the bill. He says statutes of limitations are in place because the body of evidence for a case shrinks over time.
Imagine your congregation having to defend a claim where the alleged perpetrator is dead, and all the church members today are now different than they were at the time of the alleged offense. Why should we hold those people liable for an act which they had absolutely nothing to do with?
Some survivors who allege they experienced sexual abuse in boarding schools during the 50s and 60s are still alive and have brought claims against the Catholic Church. Those claims were thrown out in 2010 when the state legislature imposed a statute of limitations on child sex crimes brought against entities. Republican Representative Tamara St. John is Dakota and represents District 1, which encompasses the Sisseton-Wahpeton Reservation. She's the prime sponsor of the bill. St. John says the bill is not about attacking the church.
Somebody has to be responsible for shielding individuals that have perpetrated these things. I know that bottom line, the goal is to ensure that we are protecting our children and that we are sending a message out there that this won't be tolerated.
St. John says it's unfortunate that actions taken by members of the Catholic boarding school system in the past have alienated a generation of people who would have otherwise had faith. I'm Lee Strubinger, NPR.
A bill to establish Indigenous Peoples Day in Montana is making its way through the state legislature. Samantha Weber has more.
A bill to establish a new holiday honoring Indigenous people cleared its first hurdle in Montana's legislature last Friday. State lawmakers voted 17-3 in the House State Administration Committee to advance a proposal to add Indigenous Peoples Day to Montana's list of recognized holidays. The federal holiday, which falls on the second Monday in October, would be replaced with Indigenous Peoples Day in Montana. The bill is sponsored by Representative Shane Morgeau, a Democrat from Missoula and member of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes.
I think I've thanked every single person on that committee now, especially on the Republican side, because we need their support in moving this out.
Marcia Small, co-founder of Indigenous Peoples Day Montana, an advocacy group dedicated to establishing the holiday, testified in support of the bill and said that it's long overdue. When she heard that the proposal was approved in the House committee by such a large margin, Small said the victory hardly seemed real because she and others have been working toward it for so long.
I got very emotional. Like I said, we've been working on it for a while, so it's got a lot of heart into it.
Morgeau said he expects the bill to go before the full Montana House of Representatives for approval by the middle of this week, and he's optimistic it will pass. I'm Samantha Weber.
Congresswoman Deb Holland on CNN Monday responded to President Trump's weekend tweet calling Senator Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas and capitalizing the word trail, which critics accuse the president of using as a reference to the Trail of Tears, poking fun of genocide. Holland agrees with critics and said the president would not be mocking anyone if he knew more about Native Americans and their history. A recent tweet by Trump about Warren and Wounded Knee also sparked outcry. I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Koahnic Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
My day one.
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 Day one. Telling inspiring stories of alcohol recovery. Recovery works. Hope starts here. Go to recoveralaska.org to learn more.
Support for law and justice-related programming provided by Hobbs, Strauss, Dean & Walker, LLP, a national law firm dedicated to promoting and defending tribal rights for more than 30 years. More information available at hobbsstrauss.com.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.